In this video, I'm going to walk you through the unit Create Lookup Filters. This is the third unit in the project Customize a Salesforce Object, which I still wish it was named something different. Whatever. The goal is never to customize an object. The goal is to do something to accomplish a business objective. Moving along. Lookup filters limit records available in the lookup. A lookup filter can reference other fields on the same record, source, fields on the record of the lookup object, target, fields on the user's record, profile, and role, and fields on the records directly related to the target object. If that didn't make sense to you, let me know, because it didn't make sense to me. But we're just going to keep going with it. You've gotten a request from Noah Larkin, the VP of Services, who would like reps to be able to capture the name of the backup rep on their cases when they're away from the office. He also wants to ensure that new cases can only be associated contacts from the same account. To get this job done, create a lookup filter. Okay, so this makes sense to me. I didn't understand this first part, but maybe I'll revisit this paragraph at the end of this step here. But Noah, our VP of Services, wants to make sure that it shouldn't really say reps here, it should be agents. Where do you see them? Service reps? It's usually service agents. Sales reps, service agents, but okay. To capture the name of the backup rep on their case when they're away from the office. He also wants to ensure that new cases can only be associated contacts from the same account. Okay. So if you want to create a new case associated with the account, that it's also associated with the correct, that the person, the contact, is at that account, which makes sense, and just enforcing that helps make sure things run smoothly, I guess. Create a lookup relationship. Create a new backup agent field that looks up to the user object, editable by support users only. Looks up. I wish the word was like references instead of looks up, because it's like, yeah, that's my big brother. Okay, from setup, click Object Manager and select Case. Fields and relationships, click New. Lookup relationship as the data type. Select Next. And select User from the Related To pick list, then click Next. And then the field name is backup agent. Field label, let's see, backup agent. Yeah, it's not filling in automatically, so we have to put this in here. Description, used to identify the assigned support rep when the owner is away, for support only. For help text, enter who is the assigned support rep when owner is away. And then in the lookup filter section, click Show Filter Settings. Click the Find icon to select the field and fill in the filter details. User profile name, user profile name, And then the operator is equals. And the value is support user. Leave everything else as is and click Next. I just want to look at everything else for a second. This is our filter criteria. This is the filter type. It's required. And we want to enable this filter. Okay. I'm going to click Next. No, Microsoft Edge doesn't need to save this information. We're going to click Read Only for everybody. And then we're going to deselect the Support User checkbox. And then click Next. And save. And then we're done with the case object. Add a filter to the case contact name field so that users can select contacts related to the account selected in the case account name field. You know, this probably would come in handy if you have people that have the same name that, are different accounts. And so this way, when you pick your John Doe, from your database, you're making sure that it's the John Doe that's associated with that account. Okay, add a filter to the contact name field so that users can only select contacts related to the account selected in the case account name field. While still viewing the case object, select fields and relationships. We got that. Select contact name, then click Edit. In the Lookup Filter section, click Show Filter Settings. Click the Find icon to select the field. And we are going to want to select here Contact Name Account ID. Operator is going to equals, and the value field is going to be the case account ID. Ensure required is selected next to filter type. Leave everything else as and click Save. Okay. Let's make sure that works. Cool. Let me just make sure this paragraph makes sense now. Let's reread this. Lookup filters limit the records available in the lookup. A lookup filter can reference other fields on the same record, fields on the records of the lookup object, so we're calling the source the same record. The same record is called the source, or records on a lookup object on a target, that's a different lookup object. So basically you could look up, values from any one of a number of different places. It could be on the same record, we call that a source. It could be on a different object, we call that a target. It could be from the user's record, profile, or role, or it could be from fields on the records directly related to the target object, or it could be something else that's on that object that you're going to be looking up from. So in this case, what we did is we did a lookup for a contact, which is a record, that's a value on the case. No, we did from the case onto the account object. So that we're pulling contacts that were associated with that account. Okay, I think that makes more sense now.